YouTube, welcome in. The win streak continues. That's a juicy one right there. We'll try to unlock Samson. Unlock by beating 2 levels without taking damage. But we're going to play as our first Lazarus run. Why not us? Why not now? Those that want to play along at home, Quickzilly, Gazilly, 9 Silly, Billy, 264 Really. I have no clue what Lazarus does. You come back to life, potentially? Does Dan read the YouTube comments though? Deej, we do. General P, what's going on? Here we go. All right. You versus the you she told you about. So yesterday was an interesting day. The reason being is that it's kind of an interesting life, right? Like I spent probably 2 to 2.5 hours. This is not a flex. I just want to clear the table. This is not a flex. Just telling you what happened yesterday. 2 to 2.5 hours. I did about 15 interviews for the Traders TV show, which is airs on Peacock. And I'm like, it's kind of a, not weird, unique life where like we're in this non-normie world, but we can like dip our toe in the normie world for a minute, you know? Cause it's like, you're kind of in on this secret of like, hey, you know, we're on Twitch every day. Like you could just come here and ask these questions there, but it's like, it's just a different world. But it was a fun experience and you could tell really quick. So in terms of like the interviews, so people would come on, the producer ever be like, okay, so-and-so, you have 6 minutes. And I'm like, right there, that sets the tone. I'm like, 6 minutes? I can't have a rant and Isaac less than 6 minutes. Ooh, petrified. But it set the tone, but right away, you could tell. Out of the 12 to 15 interviews, you knew within a half a second, and I say this in the most flattering way possible, who were reality TV fans and who were not. Like, you could just tell, like, well, Dan, how could you tell? Because I don't know, we were in like these Zoom calls. The second they got brought in, their eyes just hit a different shade. It was almost like, it was like kind of like the Frost Prime effect. Not to that extent. It was very, very like respectful and like meaning that I respected their take. Unlike Frost Prime, when Frost Prime's like, it's so weird to see you in person. But it was like you could kind of pick up on that. But everyone was super nice. At any point did I make a reference to Twitch internet normies on the show? I can't talk about anything I did on the show, unfortunately. Or fortunately, because then you can just watch the show and find out. Can I talk about it once it's all aired? I think so, probably after the finale, or not the finale, after the reunion show. So we still have to film one reunion show. And then after that, it'll probably be carte blanche. Is this a new enemy? Range up, luck down. I'd rather have luck than range.
Dan, do you think you could explain the concept of luck tokens to any of those interviewers?
Yeah, the interviewers for sure. I could explain the concept of luck tokens to someone in the press. To another to a castmate on the Traders, that would be a little bit of a tough sell. I think they'd look at me like, what's my man's talking about? What kind of questions did they ask? Zorak, I bet you could, if you ask 3 questions, I bet 2 of your 3 questions that you come up with, I bet they were asked. Were there no other video game players in the house? I was able to delineate who else played video games. So I can't say any more than that. I'll tell you more later. Oh, so Lions tickets updates. I got an email back from Peacock and they said, I'm not getting my hopes up. They said, quote unquote, let me see what we can do. Give me a confidence check on that. Why, if you think they're gonna deliver, and if no. Yeah, I mean, look, you don't ask, you don't get. Remember when he said he's gonna put a billboard up in Indiana? We are. Look, this is chat. I just need help of one guy. There's ideas up here in the cabeza that will be executed. The only problem is the memory of a young squirrel. Like, if there was someone, just was one guy who was like, hey, Dan, let's get started on this Indiana billboard, I'd be like, you know what I'd say?
My man.
I can't keep track of what I had for breakfast, let alone what I promised chat. Is there a reason why we decided to have the billboard in Indiana? The decision is because, which by the way, Conal, I would love to do more Where Yet Wednesdays, but it's a memory thing. The reason is we don't have a lot of Indiana representation in the community. That was, and I think you get a lot of bang for the buck. I will say this. I stopped in Kate's stream yesterday. I went into Kate's channel, and on front and center in her top left corner in big font was D-3 Traders Season 2. And I didn't understand. Kate knows how many days till the Traders airs more than me. I didn't know, and she was kind of going on this rant, and I'm like, just about how excited she is, and I'm like, man, like, I'm not getting that kind of reaction out of my family and friends locally about the show. And Kate's like, you know what? I should have invited Kate to the watch party. I bet she would have come. Instead of Starsleep, like, oh, I can't make it. I got work. They watched the trailer in her channel last week and was losing it. Yeah, she goes, Dan, do you know of the trailer? She's like, I dislike the trailer, and I was waiting for BM. She didn't BM. She said, it's only because I timed it. You're in it for 2.8 seconds. Shauner says the wife is beyond excited for Trader Shauner. Your wife DM'd me on Instagram. I've been talking to her. She's like, hey, I'm Shauner's wife. And I'm like, Shauner?
My man.
No, I was praising you. I've sent you too many messages on Instagram and won't let me talk to you until you talk back more. Ooh. One day I'd love to like go through my Instagram DMs with you on stream. But there's some Minkus stuff in it, man. So there was someone I met at TwitchCon. Super nice guy, and he works for a like live soundboard Twitch integration company. And he's telling me all the things this integration can do to the stream. I'm like, oh, that sounds awesome. I'm like, yeah, I'm definitely willing to try it for a week, see if the community likes it. And if it goes well, we'll keep it. If not, we'll get rid of it. He's like, all right, cool. He's like, so he reached out to me this past week. He's like, hey, do you have 5 minutes to talk? And I'm like, I do. I was about to get in the car and was driving. And he goes, so what would be keeping you from setting this up? And I said, setting it up, actually going in, changing the source, making sure everything's connected. I'm like, he's like, that's it. I'm like, yeah. And then he's like, okay, send me your all the sounds on your soundboard. And he's like, I'll help you get it taken care of. Why in chat if you think I sent him the soundboard Dropbox, and in chat if no? 98% say there's no way you sent him the Dropbox. I'd say 98% are true. It's not because I don't want to. It's just like, I got 3 minutes before we start the stream. I can either do that or put these on the soundboard.
I'm coming for you!
I would really
back on our horse, we're riding.
We're getting so many boss variants. The last time we did pace, these guys weren't like that, man. I'm just telling you, it just wasn't. We never saw rare boss variants. How, was it on Twitter? Ladies and gentlemen, next week, I think the 19th or 18th, one of those 2 days, I think the 19th, we will be competing in the Balatro Invitational for Poker Glory. Excited to be a part of that. Big thank you to Local Thunk for thinking of us. There is no monetization on the line, but you know what is on the line? Keys to Balatro for you. So I'm chat. This is way more important than money. There's no money to winning the Balatro Open. It's a copious amount of Balatro keys for the community. John in Tennessee.
John in Tennessee, go ahead. What you want to say?
That's trash, dog. Get off the airwaves.
Oh, come on, man.
You gotta think the secret room is sweep. Spawns one. Wait, that could be good with for free monies, right? Infinite money glitch in real life. We'll play a Mr. Cobalt streak. Not now though. Speaking of Cobalt, we just Cobalted ourselves. What do you think about buying Pokemon cards as a financial investment? We sure we want to open up that can of worms? I would say if you can, here's how and when I would buy Pokemon cards at an investment. Say a card's worth a vintage card's worth 100, you get it for 40. Hey, maybe you do that instead of betting on the Lions against the Rams. And maybe in 20 years, it'll be worth 80 minus inflation. you probably make a return of $5. But really what's interesting to me is like, as a hobby, if you enjoy it and you can like make money or not make money, just enjoy collecting, that's what I would say. It's just me though. Like, I'm trying to finish the Magic the Gathering Revised set over my life's entirety, but not for financial gain. I just think it would be cool to have that because that was what I started as with a kid. But I also am very aware that it'll probably be worth more as a set than not. If that makes sense. Investing in cardboard, I can't. One day, chat. One day I'll tell you. It won't be anytime soon. I had an Indiana Jones treasure moment with Magic the Gathering, but I will not. That'll be one of the last stories I ever tell you. So probably like 20 years. No, oh, that's the other one too. The fan interaction story I will tell you too. Those two, just keep those on. Why not take Hoof? Konal, great question, because we have Petrified right now. Right there. We have Petrified right there. And it's good. You won't be alive in, what is this floor? You won't be alive in 20 years? How can you say that? Then just send me a DM when your time is close and I'll tell you. But you have to keep it to yourself. You can't tell anyone. That's the deal. What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean, Monka S? How can you sit? That was okay. We gotta dial here. We cannot lose the run here. Please use the Hierophant card. I got you. Humbling bundled. Yes, pleasies. All right, we're good. Bears fired their OC and their entire staff. What about the head coach? Was the head coach there when they drafted Justin Fields? Look, I've heard some things about the Bears organization I will not repeat, but Bears might be the new Lions. Also, some of these NFL head coaches, like the Falcons head coach, I'd never seen that guy before. I'm like, who is this guy? What's his name? Art Smith or something? I didn't even know. I've never heard that name once in football. Like, where did that guy come from? Was he an NFL guy? He's college? I have no idea. Used to be the OC from the Titans. That's probably why I don't watch any Titans. I don't know why. I feel like the Titans are, like, their jerseys are stuck in like early 2000s. I think that's a problem with jerseys, is if you go for like a modern look, you get dated very quickly. As opposed to a classic look like the Lions. I like the Bengals jerseys. Like the Titans, I feel like I'm watching a game with Frank Wycheck. But I do like a good alternate. You know, like the Packers to me, yeah, they're classic, but you got to have something else in that. I would love to see the Lions, and they're never going to, wear the blue helmets with all blues. Like just blued out of their gourd. Because it's not really blue, it's Honolulu blue. So it's the non-blue of blues. How is it possibly passionate about what players wear? As a former real football fan, I've never cared little about the jerseys. I was always in video games. I've always cared about cosmetics, making the players other colors, or like any Nintendo game where if you pick something up and your character holding it, like that's amazing. And it's always, I don't know. I just think that's just my jam. I know for some people it's not, but I love that stuff. I'm trying to think of like any Nintendo game. I know like Mario 1, like just playing as Luigi. I'm like, okay, this is cool. But then I was a little disappointed that his fire outfit was the same as Mario's. I'm like, they could have just made it a little different. I remember thinking that as a kid. I'm trying to think what other original Nintendo games had some resemblance of cosmetics. I used to like to play as Player 2 in Contra because they had a red outfit. Sulfuric acid, we got that before. You finished episode 1 of the podcast today. It's really enlightening. Yo, Arrow Eagle, thanks for listening to it. I appreciate it. We have another one that's ready to go. We were going to release it today, but I'm like, let's just let the first one simmer for a second. Is the podcast mostly sports? So no, the podcast is, we'll be interviewing people from kind of like the 3 realms that I've been involved in, which would be sports, entertainment / reality TV, and gaming. Next, so our first guest was sports, second guest will be reality TV, third guest will be gaming. Probably the fourth guest will be gaming too. No, I haven't asked Ryan Gary. I really wanted to do a podcast with Ryan Gary, but he was too busy, which I completely understand. I just think that would be insta home run, but also is what it is. Another Eddie episode. Probably when I would love to have Eddie back, but I think it's got to make sense for him. So probably when it's close to Mugenics, we'll probably have Eddie back. Like, I just want the people to come on to be able to get something out of the, you know, coming on the show. You know what I mean? Like, Eddie will have that to promote then. Did Peacock respond with tickets? They responded and said, let me give you the exact verbiage because I don't want to misquote anyone. We're looking to see if this is a possibility and we'll let you know. It's maybe a little bit different than how I heard it in my head, but I'll take it. What do you mean, AK no? There's a chance. What more do you want? That's a very professional no? No, I take that as you're saying there's a chance. Wait. You think that's a no? Why if you think that's a maybe and if you think that's a no in chat? This is Dan looking for his angel ticket 100%. I was hoping like the timing, you know? Like life's all about timing. I'm like, okay, hey, we got a lot of press to do. A lot of promotion. Mi casa, su casa. You know what I'm saying? Mommy's Pearl. That helps a little bit. Mom's new unlock. Things you'd love to see.org.net. Oh, this guy's tough though. Oh, what? How do we get the knife? Whoa, whoa, easy, easy, big fella. Wait, since when does this guy spawn spikes on the floor? What is this? What even is this? Omega bosses. Why are there so many tough guys in this room? No, don't hit me with the well, Gary. It's not over. If we die, do we come back with all the same items or less items? No more.
I've had enough! I've had enough!
All right. Is that real or is that fake? I think we're good. I mean, we should probably full clear for greed. Save the pill for an emergency. Man, money equals power could have been huge. Why not? Why, you know, let's live a little. Just live a little. We'll get some money. So now the goal has changed. The goal is to accumulate as much money as humanly possible, not in life, but in this game. I would imagine doing that in real life to some extent leads to a rather unsatisfying conclusion. Maybe a lonely one at that. That took a bad turn. Do you have a Spelunky 2 guide anywhere? Felicia the Fish, I'm honored that you would want to watch a guide about Spelunky 2 from me, just a mere purveyor of someone who was lucky enough to dance on the graces of 799 and Derek Hughes' magnum opus. This could be interesting. Right now, I don't think we have the sauce.
Oh, he got it!
Better or worse? Como se dice better in Espanol. Do we get credit for these items now that we have?
Luck down. Health down.
What? All right. You versus the you. Here we go. No red mom. Wait, is blue mom the hard one? Hang in here. I'm telling you, this new save file has nothing but rare variants. Piece of absolute. We've got more variants in this new save file than all of Pace put together. No Polaroid? Why no Polaroid? What do you mean, Dan? What do you mean, Dan? You can't just say something like that, Dan. Take a mouthful of that, call me in the morning. What do you mean? I don't understand. You just saying Dan. Pump him. Man, roll in the D6 room was the move for sure. For sure. We needed that. Pony time? This is a good rip. Watch this. Take a mouthful. I really like that. The white horse. Does the black horse do that too? Or only the white horse? You piece. Nice and easy. No hyperlight drifter beams. I'm with you. All right, let's go win this thing.
Tonight, you're gonna find out that jumping on is a lot easier than jumping on.
Wait, why can we shield? It's random. All right, let's randomly go down then. Is this chicka 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 a chicka 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 a? Is that this song? I wonder if holy light is a status effect. Let's find out. Uh-oh. All signs point to no. Come on, toast him. Give him something nice and toasty. Toasted him. All signs point to no. Let's find out here. Give me a full charge here. Money at this point does not entice the run. I would. What status effect would be like fear or something? Man, this horse has gotta be underrated because you can fly and you get bursties. Any tier effect. Take out the Martys before you take out the Scorseses. This is that song. You said this wasn't that song. There she is. Black and white, clear as crystal. You stole fizzy lifting drinks. The ceiling now has to be washed and sterilized so you get nothing. Hang in here. Please secret me. Heart me. I would like to take this moment to remind you. Don't talk to me about Isaac and the luckiest Isaac player in the world ever again. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1000 cobalt. Take some footer. Give me a charge. Footer time. For foot's sake. Feet's sake. We come back alive? We gotta start over. Just stay moving. Just move. Just move. Just move. Just move, forehead. 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 Just keep moving, forehead. Just keep moving, forehead. Get him! Holy. Oh, man. Hey, we didn't need to dance around the edge of Minkus like that. I'll tell you that right here. Holy. Man, I mean, we were pumping a little bit there.